Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm out cutting grass right now, working like I always am. And I just wanted to stop and hang out with you guys for a minute and talk about some recent events that I find quite interesting. And this has to do with plague. It's called so many things I can't keep track, but on my channels I usually call it the Kung Flu. And besides the sickness and flu itself, the government response, the government control, and the fact that a lot of people, not just in the United States, but all over the world, are getting sick of it. And on my Friday stream on my 2A EDU channel, that's my mainly firearms channel, I talked about how in Michigan, governor, they also call her many things. I call her witless. She's called so many things, it's hard to keep track of. She just signed yet another executive order, and this was executive order number 185, further restricting people, further mandating the use of masks with our young children who have developing lungs and respiratory systems. And the same age group, 0 through 19, that have a 99.997% survival rate if they were to catch this plague, flu. That's 3 in 10,000. And a lot of those statistics have been reported to be falsely measured, so we don't even know if that's even accurate. Some say it could be less than that, but I don't offer medical advice on this channel. I'm just saying. So Friday, the governor of Michigan further locking down the state of Michigan, further oppressing people, furthering the whole thing that we said from the beginning. Because if you remember from the beginning, it was 15 days to slow the spread, 15 days to flatten the curve. Now here we are, about 180 days in, and she's still adding more restrictions. 185th executive order. Well, let's fast forward to the other side of the pond. Great Britain, UK. Shout out to the people that watch from over there, by the way. I've got some really good people that watch from all the way across the world, and you know what? I give you guys some props, because there's a couple encouraging things that I've just seen. Yesterday, Saturday, thousands, tens of thousands of people took to the streets in a popular town square in London, England, to protest, to say no. Enough's enough. Of course, the police clashed with them, but from what I understand, the protesters stood strong and they were basically saying, no, we're tired of these Kung Flu restrictions. The cure is now becoming worse than the disease. You're shutting down our pubs. You're shutting down our businesses. People are having a hard time making ends meet. People are having a hard time feeding their families. There's other health risks of all these draconian measures that have been put in place, including mental health, which is real health. So shout out to the people in the UK for actually standing up while people like Governor Witless, again, they call her so many things, is actually trying to go further and shut down Michigan even further. So yeah, I was encouraged actually by the UK and what you guys did. So again, shout out to you guys, stay strong. Now, there was some more encouraging news here in the United States. Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida, he recently came back and said, you know what? Enough's enough. Declining cases, higher survival rates. We have to move on. Not because he's not a compassionate person, I get it. And some of you are going to say, hey, you don't have the right to hurt me. Look, it's called projection. You guys just need to take care of your own mental insecurities and leave me the heck alone. And leave the people of Florida and across the United States and Great Britain the heck alone. Because first of all, I ain't sick. And I can't get you sick if I'm not sick. And don't give me that whole compassionate thing. I am the compassionate one because I've always said it and I'll say it again. If you want to wear, go ahead and wear. But if you don't want to, don't wear. I'm not going to be totalitarian and tell you how you have to cover your mouth, how you have to affect your respiratory system, how you have to hide your sense of identity, how you can't smile at people anymore, and how other people can't smile back at you. No, I'm not going to do that. So for all of you that say that I'm not the compassionate one, you need to look in the mirror real hard. You're the tyrant, not me. And I truly mean that. Now, if you want to wear, that's fine. I'm talking about you judgmental folks, you pious people, sanctimonious. That's for you guys. People that choose to wear, look, as far as being safe, keeping people from getting sick, I'm probably 10 times safer than anybody I know. I've not gotten anybody sick. I'm not going to get anybody sick. And I'm not sick, so enough with all that. But in Florida, realizing that there's declining cases, that we need to move on and we can't let the cure be worse than the disease, Governor DeSantis just reopened up restaurants, bars to full capacity. He also got rid of any state fines for wearing they call it covering, they call it mask, many things. So that was kind of cool. So we've got people in the UK protesting that they're ruining their country, ruining their lives. We've got people like Governor Whitmer, many things, in Michigan. Executive Order number 185. Just think about that. I would print them all and shred them, but I don't make any money doing this, so I can't afford to. But you guys know the point. And then we've got Ron DeSantis reopening up much of Florida. You know what's ironic? While they were protesting on the other side of the pond, again, shout out to the UK. They were also protesting in Florida. People were protesting Governor DeSantis, saying that by him loosening the restrictions, they were going to protest because they wanted more restrictions. Good thing we're not a democracy, guys, because there's a lot of sheep. There's a lot of sheep in this country. And these sheep, whether they know it or not, should be happy that we don't have a democracy. Because a democracy is nothing more than two wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner. And these are the same people that want to protest the police. These are the same people, groups like Black Lives Matter, Antifa, other groups. They protest without masks, like crazy. Wanton destruction, they call them mostly peaceful. Many are riots. And a lot of these are the same people that say, but you have to wear a mask or you're not protecting others while they're destroying cities. And in the UK, they're protesting them ruining their lives, while in the US, they're protesting the governor of Florida who's giving them back their lives, which the government should never take. The government doesn't give you your life. The government doesn't give you your rights. Those rights are endowed by our Creator. But certainly many governments are taking them away. And the governor loosened restrictions and people are protesting him. Just think about it. You guys are smarter than me. You get the irony in this. And you know what's interesting is we have people like Governor Whitmer that say this is common facts. That this age group of children of the schools, that they're very at risk now to this flu, disease, whatever. I don't care what you call it. The Kung flu. While there's other studies that are put out by reputable medical people that say 99.997% that you're going to be just fine. And many say it's even better chances than that. Well, I was looking at some of the pictures of the protests in the UK. And people were holding up signs that said 1984. This is George Orwell. This is where we get the saying Orwellian, an Orwellian government. In this case, an Orwellian dictator of Michigan. While she's sitting there telling us that 2 + 2 = 3 in her Orwellian fashion, we have people over in Great Britain protesting against these draconian lockdowns, reminding us of George Orwell. You can call it ironic, you can call it crazy, whatever, but hey, a lot of people have more common sense in other countries. Also in Great Britain, Noel Gallagher, one of the original founders and top two brothers, of the band Oasis. He just said he's not wearing a mask. He's not wearing it at all. He's done with it. And I'm paraphrasing him, but he brought up something that makes sense to me. He said, it doesn't make any sense. Why are we wearing masks over here in the UK to protect us against whatever it is? But when you eat, you can take it off. So all of a sudden, this plague, this disease, as soon as you say, oh, don't worry, flu, I'm eating right now. Don't infect me. It's just going to stop. He said that doesn't make any sense. How can it differentiate whether you eat or not? But it's okay when you're out in public eating, but not if you're just walking about. It doesn't make any sense. So I thought that was encouraging that a celebrity, a band member, a rock star or whatever, who tend to lean left, let's face it. Many of them don't, though. And I don't know the rest of his politics, but I thought it was kind of interesting on this. Noel Gallagher speaking out and saying, no, I'm not going to wear. It just doesn't make any sense. The people of the UK are mentioning Orwell, saying it doesn't make any sense. Governor DeSantis says this doesn't make any sense. But people are protesting against him, wanting more of their rights taken away, wanting more control. And obviously, the governor, Whitmer of Michigan. All right, guys, I got to get back to work. It's almost dark. And if you like the channel, please tell your friends. It's the only way we're going to be able to hang out and keep talking about this stuff. If you don't like it, then See you later. You have every right not to like, but I have every right to my opinion, so bye-bye. But for the rest of you, glad you're here, and like I said, spread this channel around to all your friends. All right, thanks for watching, and have a good one.